Hello, and welcome to my very first Let's Play of, well, indeed, anything. Welcome to Baljo's Basement. I promise that's nowhere near as creepy as it sounds. I've always fancied doing a Let's Play. I'll talk through why later. As you can see, I've decided to go for Farming Simulator 17 Platinum Edition. Full disclosure, I have spent a couple of hours here and there on just learning how to do stuff, mainly so you don't listen to 20 minutes or so of me going, oh yeah, that's it. So, let's just start a brand new save game. All my lovely slots are empty. There's more slots over to the right there, up to 10, which is very nice to play around with. And let's start one on number 1. We'll go for normal, because, well, I'm almost normal. For the purposes of this tutorial, we'll go into Goldcrest Valley. It's one of the maps available. There are other maps, as you can see. We've got Sosnovka, Estancia Lapacho, and Sussex. More of those later. Goldcrest is a good place to start, and here is Baljo. There isn't a lot of customization available for the farmer, but most of it is in first-person view anyway. You can't really see what you're doing, so it doesn't matter. I like red shirts, so red shirts, here we go. The community itself is very community-driven, really. There are mods available, these DLCs, the download content, of which I have a few. But for the purposes of the walkthrough, we are going to go pure vanilla. Nice. While the game sets up, these videos I'm aiming for about 20 minutes long or so, and we'll see how they go. I'll be playing anyway, so if nobody's watching, well, never mind. But yeah, yes, I've always fancied Let's Plays, ever since I first picked up Minecraft and found such people as Paul Suarez Jr., if you can find him. I'll try and stick a link down below if I can work out how to do that. A lovely guy, and well worth a watch if you're a Minecraft person. Of course, most of the kids these days are playing such things as Fortnite, which involves lots of shooting, running around, reaction, skill. I'm over 40. I think we could all agree farming is much more my speed. If you really want me to do some really run around shooty stuff, feel free to buy me GTA. I'll play it and you'll see exactly how rubbish I am. So, here we go. Welcome to Farming Simulator. Would you like to start a short guided tour, which will show you the basics of the game? I think you'll find we would. And so here we go. First look around the area, then move around the building to the big red harvester. It seems we are jumping straight into harvesting. How nice. And touch the question mark icon next to it. The lower left is the map. The flashing green ring indicates where the question mark is located. I can see a big flashy thing. And the top left of our screen, now you've got a little help window. There's all sorts of different controls going on. That'll tell us what to do. As you can see, I'm by the X's and triangles, I'm on PlayStation 4. This game's also available on Xbox and PC through Steam, of which there are also many Let's Plays. Couldn't really find a PS4 one, but I didn't look very hard. So here we go. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Goldcrest Valley, as it is indeed just outside my window. So what a nice way to start. So yes, it's 6:45 in the morning game time. This must be our truck. So let's jump in that and drive to wherever we need to. It said around this building, which must be our farmhouse, there's a big shining green beacon coming down from the sky. That either indicates where we're going to go, or it indicates crop circles. Let's not do that. Before we start, I'm going to have a quick flick through the options. I don't like it when the engine starts automatically. I don't know why, that's just it. I think we'll be changing that to pounds and measuring units to miles as well. We'll leave the radio off. You run into licensing issues as there are, but there's in-game radio in the vehicles, which is always quite fun. Dynamic vehicle camera, we'll leave that. My sensitivity needs to be about 225. We'll turn that down to 5 and switch to trains. Now that does sound quite interesting, but for now, let's have it like that. My save game, I'll be changing that later. Well, actually, let's change it now whilst I think about it. It is the Baljo's Basement playthrough. Baljo's Basement. and I'll make it Let's Play. Whee! There we go. We'll set that down to real time for the moment, just so things tick over quite slowly. There is traffic around the place. Automatic engine start is where I was after. Everything we will leave as it is. So let's go for that. There we go. Alright, so let's jump in our car, go find where the crop circles are. Our start engine is you hold the right one button down and press square. There we go. We'll be exploring more of the options that pop up in the top right as we play through the game and as we use those. So here we go. We've got a little dirt path there. So we can see our lovely friendly question mark. We'll stop the engine, square to jump out, and let's go. Our first question mark tells us that this is one of the fields you own from the very start. How nice. We have 3 fields to start with. There is the option to purchase more as the game goes on, using in-game money, not real money. Its wheat has conveniently grown to a stage where it can be harvested. Oh, it's almost like it's a scripted walkthrough. Time for you to jump in the Combine Harvester and get started, so let us do that. It is a Case International Axial Flow 1660, which sounds very grand. Looking around the internet, I believe that could be pronounced Cassie, in the same way that the popular brand of prams could be pronounced Hannah. But because I call those Jane, to generally annoy people who call them Hannah, I'm going to refer to this as Case. And we'll see how we go. If you play on hard mode, you start the harvester's engine. Well, we're on normal mode, but I prefer a normal engine start anyway. Then attach the harvester's header that is sitting right in front of it. The help panel in the top left corner, as I said, always shows you what you can do. Right. I prefer the in-cab view for some of this. I tend to switch between the two. So, X to attach, that will pick up the whirly thing. Unfold it and turn it on so it starts rotating. I'll jump outside just to show you what the unfold does. That opens the top. I don't genuinely know what that does. I think it just... well, I actually don't know. I'm sure some lovely farmer types could help me out and tell me in the comments. Well, first thing we need to do is start the engine. Clearly, we're not going anywhere. Sometimes when you're outside the cab, if you haven't turned it down in options, like I did a couple of minutes ago there, that engine noise is a little bit intrusive to your gaming experience, as you can hear. It's a lot quieter inside anyway. Right, so here we are, turning on the harvester. It lowers it down, and now we're all set to harvest. You can adjust your speed or use cruise control. Every vehicle in the game has cruise control. Many of the implements that attach to machines have a top speed limit, and the game won't let you exceed those. So even though in the bottom right my little cruise control is set to 14, if I activate cruise control it won't go any faster than the actual harvester mechanism will allow us. So we might as well just activate cruise control, just so we don't need to worry about driving particularly, and there we go. The realism is incredible. You can see it's always funneling the harvested goods into the central point, which is amazing. So far so good. Usually you'll have a lot to do, which, you know, farmers do work hard, and it makes sense to hire helpers. So whenever a job can be executed by a helper, it'll be indicated in your help panel at the top. Hire a help panel by pressing circle, and they will take care of the rest of the field. Well, isn't that nice? Let's let them do that. We'll jump out. The helper will now take care of this job until they are done. All the grain tank is full and we can crack on with other stuff. So let's jump out and walk to the next question mark symbol indicated on the map. Press square to jump out, and let's run clear because there's a worker that just carries on. You can see here the straw is swaying out of the back. Careful if you're turning around this way. I didn't even see who it was. They've given us as helper I, so let's refer to him as Ian, shall we? Just in case he suddenly goes a little bit crazy, we won't run across our field. You wouldn't normally. You would crush all the crops and stuff, so don't know what happened there. Got very confused. So we'll dash down the side of the field without trampling our lovely crops. There aren't any fences in the default state of the game. You can buy those as add-ons at the store, but more of the store later. You'll see in the top right our money count is going down. That's because we are paying the worker for the work he's doing, and also for the petrol that the harvester is using. All the vehicles, of course, use petrol, but you don't run out. They are always full, but whilst their engines are running, you'll see your money count going down. So here we are for step 2. Fields that have been harvested need to be cultivated before they can be sown anew. What great language. This field has been harvested recently. We can see the tops of whatever it was. I guess that was wheat or corn as well. Has been harvested and now needs someone to cultivate it. Enter the tractor, and attach the cultivator that is behind it. So it's not a full-on plough, I don't think. It just sort of turns the top layer of the soil and turns everything in. You start your default game on Goldcrest with 3 tractors, more of the other 2 later. These are all vehicles that you own within the game, which is always quite nice. Here we have a New Holland 8340 Power Star. I don't remember seeing that before. Well, let's jump in and get going. So we'll pick it up. We'll need to start our engine before we do anything, but we will also, let's get that done. We need to lower it down. I'll do the same as before. Activate the cruise control. Let's see how we go. Now, it doesn't cultivate or plough the field outside the field boundaries in these settings. You can change that, but we'll leave it as it is for now, otherwise it's got to be embarrassingly accurate. So, well, that's enough for now. You can finish the field later. Or, well, let's get another worker in. There's a quicker way as well to jump between the vehicles. You can just teleport to the next vehicle in your garage list. It says we should do that, one with a question mark beside it. So let's hire our worker, press our left keypad and jump to, oh, here we go. Well, isn't that nice? Straight into the right one. And here we have a Case 1455 XL, which presumably differs from the 1455L by being, well, slightly larger. And this question mark, this little tutorial, is fields that have been cultivated, like our helper is doing somewhere over there, are ready to be sown, and you need a sowing machine. Nothing to do with the sowing bee, so no fielding. Stand down. Jump in the tractor and attach the sowing machine that's placed behind it. And here we can see they've given us a Great Plains sowing machine. I am unaware of them as a brand, but then I'm not a farmer. So there we go. Well, we have to hook it up. The sowing machine is already filled with seeds. When you run out, you will refill it. There is a setting for that will change later as well. It will auto-refill, or you need to go and buy them manually from the farmers and merchants. So, yeah. But for now, we'll leave it as it is. So, the detail in these cabs is quite incredible. All the buttons are there. I had noticed in one of the videos I saw a gentleman called Daggerwin, who's a prolific player, I would say. He noted that all these vehicles appear to drive in neutral if you're looking at the stick, so maybe let's not look at the stick. It says we should lower the sower, so let's do that. You can open the cover as well, which is always quite nice, especially if it's not raining. I think the seed we will sow is, well, let's use that one, which I think is soybean, but I might be wrong. Whatever it is, we'll sow it. Actually, I know where we can find out. If you're pressing your options button, that will bring up the settings screen, and as you scroll through those, you have a number of help windows and information, more of which we'll touch on. You can see on the right hand side of this particular page, we've got the fruit types, which tell us what it is. I had selected radish, and that's not really what I want to plant. I don't know what canola is, so let's plant that. It looks like what I would call a cowslip flower. So, oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all, my friends. But at least I've saved it. It's important to note at this point, as I found out the hard way, that Farming Simulator 17 does not autosave on the PlayStation. So, I do not advise quitting. You will lose all the progress since your last save. It's helpful for experimentation, but a bit rubbish if you're doing a playthrough like this one. Yes, that happened. That definitely happened. So let's select our seed like we wanted and start the engine. And turn on the sower. Hit up the cruise control. And there we go. You can see behind us we have the little dust particles being kicked up. And the sower is doing the sowing. This particular sower also fertilises as you go. And also more on fertilisation later. So you've got the hang of that, you can continue later. Well, for now, we'll hire a worker to get on with it, and as they said, we will skip to the next vehicle. It's a bit of a swift walkthrough, this, but I'm sure delightful in its briefness. Brevity, that's the word I was thinking of. So, here we are. As soon as the harvester's tank is full, or even before it, you can unload its contents into a trailer. Hop on the tractor. This is our third tractor, our second Case 1455L. How nice. I think, for now, I will attach this trailer externally. Now, the realism is a little bit disturbing what they've managed to build into this game. When I press the button just now, you'll see the linkage join up at the back. You should be able to see the back tyres of the tractor compress as well. Nope, not this time because it's empty. Well, I'll show you that later when hopefully it's a little more exciting. Our trailer behind us is from the Metaltech range. I don't know if that's real. Oh, Helper I, it tells me in the top right, has a nearly full grain tank. Better go and pick some up then. Metaltech, I don't know if that's a real range or just for the game, but it's a DB8. When I first saw that, of course, I really hoped it was an Aston Martin trailer, but it is not. Right, let us go and catch up with our Helper I. Let's try not to draw over crops. Now, by default in this game, you can drive over crops that you have, and it won't destroy them. It won't leave tyre tracks. Now, I have found in my experimentation this is a lot easier to do from the external view. As you drive past, the grain arm automatically comes out, and you've got to try and keep up with it. So, let's go for that. If only I knew how fast he was actually going. And as you drive under him, the grain should start coming out automatically, and you can see, that crazy window. That was just telling me that this is all we needed to do. When we have emptied the grain tank, if we pull in front of him slightly, he'll stop. And that always makes our life a lot easier. You've got to try and keep up. Well, that was not the right button. Come on, John, you're not doing very well today. There we go. So, as we see, he is emptying his tank. We can see the count of our trailer capacity going up above that blue bar in the bottom right. If we move down here just to distribute the weight a little bit, we'll see. Careful. You'll see that it fills up more at the front than at the back. We are 73% full. There we go. Now, the help window that I had to cancel because otherwise it would have gone strange was telling me to go and sell the grain. We have a good price, apparently, down at the Denton Bakery. So let's take a little trip on the roads and go down there. First of all, we'll get out of his way. There is a cover to go over the grain, which is always nicely received. Stops it bouncing all over the road. Just in case, I won't do the cruise control straight away, but I will do. Let's put our flashy lights on. We're towing a heavy load. We don't want to get in anybody's way. There we go. Let's take that careful from our lovely pickup truck. So, let's chop onto the road and see where we go. As I mentioned before, this isn't really GTA in terms of how you drive around town. There is other traffic. They tend to just get in the way, but there's no damage really if you take it. But it's always nice to try and stick to the rules of the road by indicating here and there. You can hear the tick of the indicator there. There we go. Get that cancelled. I think I sprawling business. You probably saw before I changed it to miles and pounds because I'm British and that's how it sits better with me. But what you cannot do is change the side of the road you drive on. There's some train tracks there which sound interesting. So driving on the right is always a challenge. It's not instinctive to me. There was nobody coming there. Now this is the main road through town. You can see in the mirrors there. The mirrors are all live. And really... let's cancel that indicator. And an indicator of what is going on behind you. So we've got our beacons going. Later on in the day, the detail of those beacons is quite incredible. You'll see in the mirror, if I turn my indicator on, it's not going to affect anybody. You can see a reflection of that in the trailer cover. So isn't that nice? We'll turn that off for now because it's not even slightly annoying. And there you go, I've missed the turn. There's nobody outside me, so we'll just dive over the road here. There we go. So it's not necessarily the greatest... oh, there's somebody walking there. Hello, dear. Hello, nice to see you, yes. Oh no, I've turned completely the wrong way. Okay, let's move around here. Come on now, lady. Thank you. We'll just dive through here. Turn around. I was far too busy talking to you lovely people to remember what I was doing. Alright, nobody coming in that lane there. I'll leave that indicator running for now because we are going to be turning off down this road like I should have done the first time. Isn't that nice? Let's turn down here. There. See it. Oh, there's our green crop circle maker. So let's do that. I'll still leave my indicator running. We'll be pulling in to Denton Bakery just now. There he is. Some muffins on the roof. Well, I do like a nice moist muffin in the morning. So here we go. Turn that off for now. Jump back in. Right. So our help signal tells us this unloading station is one of the places on the map where you can sell your harvest. You can check the current prices of all products by opening the menu and going to the prices screen. So we will be doing that in a later episode. But for now, let's carry on. Move the tractor so the trailer is located over the pit, and then you can X-load, unload your grain. So, well, let's do that. Just so you can see what I'm doing, I will switch the external view, but I'm not got too bad at doing that for the internal. As you see, it's a pretty big target to hit. You can change how it tips. It comes out of the back, or the little grain door that particular trailer has. It also does left and right. For now, we'll just tip it out of the back. Oops, stop the engine like a crazy person. For now, we'll just tip it out of the back. The triangle to unload, and there it is. You can see in the top right, the money is going up as they pay us for all our lovely grain. So selling your crops is the main way to earn money as a farmer. We can also head over to the shop where the final question mark is located. I see our alien crop circle beam coming down, so let's head for that. When I get there, I think we'll probably call it time. In fact, I'll call it time for now, whilst I'm driving over there, and I'll see you there in episode 2. So, thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have been, and we'll see you soon.